Good morning all of you. Welcome back to a course Database Management System. So our today's topic of video is Introduction to Types of Dependency in the Database. So before explaining the concept of dependency, first of all I will tell you the concept of ER diagram. If you remember, we discussed the concept of ER diagram. So can anybody tell me what is the use of ER diagram, or what ER diagram represent? So ER diagram represent a type of relationship exists between different entities of a database. Again I am repeating, what is the use of ER diagram? ER diagram is used to represent the type of relationship exists between different entities of the database. So for that purpose we are using ER diagram. Similarly, in one table multiple attributes are there, and to represent the relationship between different attributes we required one concept, and that concept is nothing but a concept of dependency in case of a database. So in short I can say that suppose you want to represent a relationship between different entities of the database, then you should use the concept of ER diagram. But suppose you want to represent the relationship between different attributes present in single table, then you have to use the concept of dependency. So that's why we are going to discuss about the concept of dependency over here. So here we are going to discuss what is dependency and what are the different types of dependency along with a simple example. So so here we are going to discuss the concept of functional dependency. So functional dependency is a kind of relationship exists between attributes of a relation in which one attribute is uniquely determine the value of another attribute. So I will give a simple example to illustrate the concept of functional dependency. For example, I have created one table student. So in that case roll number is there, name is there, branch and address is there. Suppose I know the roll number of the student, I can easily find the value of I can easily find the value of name. So I can say that roll number determines the value of name. So here it is represented by X determines Y. Functional dependency is always represented with a symbol arrow where it shows attributes. So X determine Y. In this case X is what my roll number and Y is my name. So here functional dependency is a concept where the value of one attribute helps to find the value of another attribute. So here in this our example, value of roll number help us to find the value of name of a attribute. So this is what a concept of functional dependency. It is used to represent a relationship between attributes of the table. So there are different types of dependencies are there: total dependency, partial dependency, transitive dependency, multi-value dependency, trivial dependency and the joint dependency. These are the 6 types of functional dependencies are there in case of a database. And the concept of dependency is very important because in the next video we are going to discuss about the concept of normalization, and to understand the concept of normalization the concept of dependency should be known. Then and then you can understand concept of normalization, otherwise you will not understand. So you need to pay attention and understand what are the different types of dependency. So very first type of dependency is a total or full dependency. So what is total dependency? So if a non-key attribute is determined by all primary key attribute but not only by part of a primary key. So I just written this 2 line, but currently you didn't understand. So first we understand example, then and then this line will be clear to you. So first of all I will tell you what is key attribute and non-key attribute. Suppose you remember the concept of key attribute and non-key attribute, we already discussed, but again I have revised this. Key attribute is nothing but such a combination of attributes, such a attribute which take part in the formation of primary key, and non-key attribute are those attributes which do not take part in the formation of primary key, because we know that primary key is such a attribute of the table which help us to determine the value of other attribute. For example, in the student table I can say roll number is a primary key. By using roll number I can easily find the name and other details of the student. So but primary key can be formed with more than one attribute also. So all attribute which forms a primary key, they are treated as a key attribute, and the attribute which do not take part in the formation of primary key, they are called as a non-key attribute. So first we try to understand the concept of total dependency or full dependency. Suppose we have taken a example of a employee table. So it is having four attributes: employee ID, project ID, employee name, and the number of hours. So in this case, what will be my primary key? First of all, you need to decide what is the primary key for this employee table, whether employee table, project ID, employee name, or a number of hours. And how to decide a primary key attribute or primary key for a particular table. So thing is very simple. I want such a combination of attribute which help us to identify every row of the table uniquely. So in this case, can I say employee ID is a primary key? No, employee ID is not a primary key, because in this case the value of employee ID is repeated. Okay, so employee ID is not a primary key. Then what is a primary key? Can we take a combination of employee ID and project ID? Then it is a unique value. Yes, 111 112. So this is what a unique, though the value of employee ID is repeated, but the combination of employee ID and project ID is not repeated. So I can say it is a primary key for the employee table. So in this case, what are my key attribute? Employee ID and project ID, these are the key attribute, and employee name and number of hours is a non-key attribute. So okay, so now it is clear what is key attribute and non-key attribute. Why the employee ID and PID is called as a key attribute? Because they take part in the formation of primary key, whereas name and number of hours is not a key attribute, because they do not take part in the formation of primary key. So in this case, what is total dependency? In this table, whether total dependency exists, suppose yes, then between which attribute there exists total dependency. So total dependency means what? If a non-key attribute is determined by all primary key attribute. Okay, so in this case, between employee ID and project ID, see, in this case I have represented this combination of employee ID and project ID help us to find the value of number of hours. Suppose I know only employee ID, can I easily find the value of number of hours? No. Suppose I say employee ID 1, can I uniquely say number of hours as a 5? No, because 4 is also there. Okay, so but suppose I say employee ID 1 and project ID is 11, then can I uniquely identify the number of hours? Yes, the value is 5. Suppose I take a combination of 1 and 11, then the value of number of hours is a 5. So this is what a total dependency. This is an example of total dependency. Total dependency means what? If a non-key attribute is determined by all primary key attribute, but not only by part of primary key. Part of primary key means what? Suppose I know employee ID, I can easily find the employee name. Here by mistake I have placed the name as a B, but here name is A. Okay, here we want the name as a A. Suppose I know employee ID is 1, then employee name is A. Employee ID is 1, again employee ID is A. Okay, so between employee ID and employee name, can I say there exists full dependency? Answer is no. Means when I am going to use all primary key attribute to find the value of one non-key attribute, then there exists full dependency. That means between employee ID, project ID, means a combination of employee ID and project ID is used to find the value of number of hours. This is an example of total dependency. Why? Because I use all primary key attribute to find the value of non-key attribute. But suppose I say employee ID is used to find the value of employee name. This is an example of partial dependency. Partial means what? Only some part of key is used to find the value of non-key attribute. If a non-key attribute is determined by only part of a primary key, because in this case primary key is formed with employee ID and project ID, but in order to find the name I am using only one attribute, employee ID. That's why this is an example of partial dependency and this is an example of full dependency. So full dependency means what? I am using all primary key attribute to find the value of non-key attribute, and partial dependency means what? I am using only part of a primary key to find the value of non-key attribute. So this is an example of full dependency and this is an example of partial dependency. Now the next is transitive dependency. Transitive dependency is very simple. suppose you know the transitive property. What is transitive property? Suppose A determines B and B determines C, then we can say that A determines C. So the dependency is said to be a transitive if it satisfies transitive property. This is a very simple thing. So we'll take a simple example. Suppose again I have employee table, employee ID, name, department ID and department name. So in this case, can I say there exists transitive dependency? And to understand the transitive dependency, what will be there? One non-key attribute should find the value of another non-key attribute. Means one thing is that you need to check whether transitive property exists or not. But again I am giving you another tip to identify whether transitive dependency exists in the table or not. So what is that? You need to identify whether one non-key attribute is finding the value of other non-key attribute or not. So first of all, here we should know what is a primary key for this table. So for this employee table, primary key is a employee ID. So what is a key attribute? Employee ID is a key attribute, whereas name, department ID and department name, they are act as a non-key attribute. But suppose I know department ID, I can easily identify the name of department. Yes. So here one non-key attribute department ID is also finding the value of another non-key attribute department name. That means in this particular table there exists a transitive dependency. This is the shortcut I am going to tell you. Now here you can see by using employee ID you can easily find department ID. By using department ID you can find the value of department name. Hence you can say that employee ID help us to find the value of department name. So in this particular table there exists a transitive dependency. So in short, you need to use this short small tip. What is that? Suppose one non-key attribute is finding the value of another non-key attribute, that means in that table there exists a transitive dependency. So transitive dependency exists between employee ID and department name. Why? Because EID helps to find the value of DNAME and DNAME helps to find the value of and employee ID helps to find the value of DNAME. So this is what a concept of transitive dependency. Next type of dependency is a multi-value dependency. So what do you mean by multi-value dependency? So we can say that if there exists one-to-many kind of relationship. We discuss various kinds of relationship in ER diagram: one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one and many-to-many. Suppose you find there exists one-to-many kind of relationship between the attributes of the relation, then you can say that it is a multi-value dependency. And multi-value dependency is represented by double arrow, because we have seen single arrow is used to represent functional dependency, but suppose you want to represent multi-value dependency, it is being represented by double arrow. So we'll take a simple example to illustrate the concept of multi-value dependency. So here I have one table, course information, which is having three attributes: course, teacher and textbook. So in this case, can we say there exists multi-value dependency? If yes, between which two attributes there exists multi-value dependency? So between course and teacher, can I say there exists multi-value dependency? Answer is yes. One-to-many kind of relationship. Course is one math, but teacher is two, A and B. So between course and teacher there exists multi-value dependency because there exists one-to-many kind of relationship. Can I say between teacher and textbook one-to-many multi-value dependency is there? Yes, because teacher is one AA, but referring different textbook, algebra and geometry. So between teacher and textbook also there exists multi-value dependency. Then between course and textbook, whether there is a multi-value dependency? Yes, for math algebra is there, for math geometry is there. So in this particular table, three multi-value dependency exists between course and teacher, between teacher and textbook, and between course and textbook. So this is what a concept of multi-value dependency. You need to remember, when there exists one-to-many kind of relationship, then we can say that it is a example of multi-value dependency. Now next is a trivial dependency. So what is trivial dependency? A dependency is said to be trivial if it includes the expression of the form. What is that? Alpha determines beta, and where beta is a subset of alpha. When you come to know about this condition, then you can say that there exists trivial dependency, means alpha determines beta and beta is a subset of alpha. Don't worry, we'll take a simple example. Suppose we use combination of roll number and name to determine the value of name, then we can say that it's an example of trivial dependency. Why? Because this is alpha and this is beta, and beta is a subset of alpha. That's why it is an example of trivial dependency. Means you need to consider this condition: alpha determines beta and beta is a subset of alpha. Here roll number and name is used to find the value of name, and name is a subset of this. That's so this is what an example of trivial dependency. Now the last type of dependency is a joint dependency. So what do you mean by joint dependency? Dependency is said to be a joint dependency if we join all sub table, then we get original table back. So let's understand what is the meaning of joint dependency. For example, I have this table A which is being split into three parts: A, A1, A2 and A3. Okay, what I have done, I just one table A1 which is divided into three subparts A1, A2 and A3, and after combining A1, A2, A3, suppose I am getting table A back, then I can say that there exists joint dependency in that particular table. When you can identify whether joint dependency is present in the table or not, suppose you are dividing this table into number of sub table, and after joining all these sub tables, suppose you are getting original table back, then you can say that there exists joint dependency. So what here I will do here, A1 join with A2 and then it will join with A3. Suppose I am getting original table, that means there exists joint dependency. So these are 6 types of dependencies are there which we have discussed. Total dependency means what? All primary key attributes should use to find the value of key attribute. Partial dependency means what? Only some part of primary key is used to find the value of non-key attribute. Okay, then partial dependency. Transitive dependency means what? There exists transitive property. And one tip I have given you in transitive dependency, how to identify if one non-key attribute finding the value of another non-key attribute. That means there exists transitive dependency. Multi-value dependency means what? One-to-many kind of relationship. Suppose in particular table one-to-many kind of relationship exists between the attributes, then it is a multi-value dependency. Trivial dependency means what? Simple condition: alpha determines beta and beta is a subset of alpha. And what is joint dependency? Suppose I split one table into 2 or more sub table, and after joining 2 or more sub table we are getting original table back, then we can say that there exists a joint dependency. So this is all about the dependency in the database. So I hope you understand all these things. Thank you.